Hello, you're welcome to the Fixers Show. Hello, you're welcome to the Fixers Show.
Hello, Team Fixers. You are welcome to a brand new episode of the Fixers Show. My name is Deborah Dodoje, aka The Fixer, and I'm showing live from Accra, Ghana. I just want to say a big thank you for all your support. I'm really, really grateful. The Team Fixers team is grateful. Thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for commenting, thank you for subscribing on our YouTube channel. And thank you so, so very much for sharing and for tagging and all the good stuff. Let me know where you're watching me from. Tag your comment, tag your comment or your location in the comment section. Let me know where you're watching me from. If you're going to watch this as a live, tag hashtag live. And if you're going to watch this as a replay, when you're watching, tag hashtag replay. So I'll know when you watch the broadcast. Thank you again so much. Thank you. Thank you. The month of October has been a month of dyslexia awareness worldwide. We've talked dyslexia, we've interviewed dyslexic people, we've interviewed school owners, and I still have many more interviews to go. So this is our last episode for dyslexia for the month of October. We are going to continue talking about learning disabilities in the month of November. I'm going to choose probably a day in the next month, December, to talk about children living with disabilities or learning disabilities. So we will go back to another schedule talking about mental health, abuse, and all that stuff. But today is like a discussion, it's like an encouragement to parents that have children with special needs or children that have any kind of disability, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, whether it's intellectual, social, whatever disability your child has. I'm just here to encourage this particular episode. One of the things that I want you to understand is that that child is a gift from God. Children are a gift from God. The Bible says in the book of Psalm 1-7 verse 3, it says, children are a gift from God, and the fruit of the Lord is a reward. Or the fruit of the womb is a reward. And happy is the man that has a quiver full of them. That child is a gift. No matter the situation, no matter the circumstance, I'm here to tell you that that is the reward of that man with each of the them. God says it's my gift, it's my reward to you. You may not want it, you may not like it, but that's how it is. That's what I want you to understand. Secondly, understand something that childbirth is a mystery. Sometimes you cannot understand how children are formed in the womb. How can you explain that you have you conceive this sperm and in 9 months you have a full blown baby? How can it be that? It's a mystery. Nobody can tell you. That's why it's a mystery. I'm telling you, there are women that we go through antenatal, we do all that stuff, we do everything that you're supposed to do, but somehow, with all sophistication in the country, we have this camp, we have all these camps, we have all those kind of things. But still, we still have children coming out with cerebral palsy, with autism, with Down syndrome, and you ask yourself how. That's why I said it is a mystery. You have to understand that. Another thing is that know that you didn't choose it or want it to be this way. It just happened. Now you have to learn how to do it. One of the things you have to understand is that you don't know. You didn't want it. That's what happened. A lot of people, nobody wants it. I didn't want it. You don't want it. Nobody wants it. No parent wants it. Everybody wants that healthy, bulky, bouncy baby. Everybody wants that. Yes. Unfortunately, that is just how life is. You have what you didn't bargain for. That's the way you envisage your daughter to be, to look, to dress. Some people will do photo shoot, you dress together, go to the mall, go to the beach, all those kind of things. But unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. One of the things I always encourage parents, if that's the situation you find yourself in, learn how to deal with it so that you can maintain your mental stability. A lot of that comes from mental instability, mental issues, anxiety, depression, frustration, irritability, sadness. because you keep asking yourself this question: God, why me? Is it me that is supposed to give this kind of charging? Why didn't you give another person? Why didn't you give somebody else? Why is it me? The God, that's how it is. That's life. Such is life. It happens, and you just have to learn how to deal with it. What are some of the things parents go through? Parents go through a lot when they have children that have disabilities. I don't just want to limit it. I just want to talk about disabilities as a whole. Any parent that has a child living with a disability goes through a myriad of emotions. You don't have any idea. They go through sadness, they go through anxiety, they go through stress, they go through stress, they go through stress, they go through irritability, they go through mood swings, they cry, sometimes abuse, sometimes they are stressed, they are burned out, sometimes they completely they don't know what to do. You understand? They go through all of that, those kind of emotions. Parents go through, they are frustrated. God, why me? They have prayed every kind of prayer, they have gone through every kind of prayer, every kind of spirituality, every kind of self-follow. Some have gone to pastor, some have gone to doctor, because they are looking for a solution to that challenge that they have. And like I said, you have to deal with it because this is the situation that you found yourself in, because your mental state is very important. On the Fixer Show, we see that if you are interested in your mental sanity and stability, when we say some of it, we say to encourage that parent that is going through frustration, to encourage that parent that is going through anxiety, to encourage that parent that is going through depression, that it is possible to stay sane even when you have a child that has a disability. There is a way that you go about it, there's a way that you carry yourself to make it easier for you to carry the burden, or for you to bear whatever burden that you're going through. If you're just joining me, to share the broadcast. Today we're talking about parenting kids with special needs or children with disability, how parents can maintain mental stability. So what are some of the things that parents can do? One, you have to show gratitude and appreciation. The Bible says everything that they come from hope. I know you ask, why would God give an autistic child? Why would God give me a child that has Down syndrome? Why would God give me a child that has a cerebral palsy? Why would God give me a child that has dyslexia, dysplasia, dyscalculia, HDHD, name it, bipolar, whatever it is? All I can say is that every good and perfect gift comes from above. And who said that child is not a perfect? In you, you are seeing the disability, but God is seeing the ability. God is seeing ability. You are seeing disability. One of the things you have to do is to show gratitude. I remember when I was battling with postpartum depression with my daughter, I was complaining to my mom, what kind of child is he? So frail, so weak, so this, so that. You're ungrateful. There are people out there that have been married for 10 years, 20, 30 years. They have been looking for a premature baby now. You have a child and complaining, and I knew that yes, I you have to choose God. That child that you think is nothing, somebody somewhere is crying. You know that child that you have. Somebody is pushing. Somebody's marriage is breaking because of the person does not have a child. You have a child and you're complaining. Whatever the situation is, just know that that child is a good, has a perfect. Another thing, another tip, and I want you to understand as a parent is that know that every child is unique. No two children are the same, even twins. Celebrate the uniqueness of that child every time. That's one of the things you have to understand. That child is unique. Autistic, cerebral palsy, yeah, unique. That child is unique. Even if they are every time it's unique. Unique traits, unique strength, unique ability, unique weakness. Everything about that child is unique. And if you understand that that child is unique, when you treat that child as unique as that's very important. Another thing is you have to understand, don't rate your child according to other people's expectations or other people's standards. So that was what happened to me. When I had my first child, Emerald, I was listening to people. I wanted my child to be like other people. I wanted to raise my child like other people. I was struggling why people were giving me all kinds of advice, all kinds of counsels on how to raise my child. I did all kinds of things. I had prioritize medicine. I bought people giving advice on that. Just because of one, I was like, my house is looking like the medicine store. Because I was following the advice of people. I was trying to raise my child. I wanted my child to be like the way people wanted the child to be. I wanted the child to be accepted the way people, I don't know, but there was this thing that you understand that every parent would want your child to be accepted. You want to carry that child, and everybody is rushing to put their child to carry the child. And when you go out, people don't take the child, you feel bad, you feel rejected, you feel depressed. My dear, that is you can't raise the child the way other people expect you to raise the child. You have to raise the child. The Bible says, train the child in the way he or she should go, and when they grow up, they will not be depart from it. That's what you have to do. You have to train the child according to the thing that has been designed for that child. You cannot raise that child as a child, because if you do that, you're going to spoil the uniqueness of that child, because you're trying to make that child be like another child. Another thing is, don't compare your child with other children, even if they are your other biological children. It's wrong. A lot of parents do that, not even parents, human beings, by nature, we like to compare. There is this thing, you compare your car with somebody, your house with somebody, your job with somebody, with your friends. Oh, your friend is doing his job, and comparing how much are they earning, that. That that aspect of comparison is human nature. I will force you for it. The problem is, if the comparison is going to affect you, it's going to affect your child, then don't compare. Even with your people, don't say, oh, this one is pretty, this one is doing this one is doing that. Don't compare that child with special needs with all the other children. Because when you compare a child that has special needs with other children, stop. That means you don't appreciate the child for who he is. Because when you compare, you lose sight of what you have. That's the problem. You lose sight of the special child or the different God, because you're trying to compare with somebody else. You're trying to compare. Oh, this one style, look at it. He's still before. Oh, this one, oh, that one, oh, that one. Your mental stability, really. Because when you begin to compare, you become anxious, stressed, or nothing right. You don't need to compare your child with another child. Your child is unique. Your child is different. Your child is your child. You have to understand that. You have to learn that. It's unconscious, but you have to develop that, and don't do it. If you have been doing it, you have to stop doing it. And comparing the body, the color, the leg, the hand, the eye, everything. Don't compare. Treat your child unique, different, special in their own way. Thank you if you're joining us in the Pixar Show. Today on the Pixar Show, we are talking parenting uh, children with special needs or disability. What parents can do to maintain their mental stability. We are just talking about, don't compare your child with other children, even if they are your biological children. Another thing is, accept the things you cannot change, and then ask God for wish to change them. That's the problem. If your child is they are super powerful, we all know that there are some of these challenges or disabilities or disorders that have a cure. So if you are still going to go over them, you're just going to affect your mental health. It cannot change. You have to accept it, that this is who I am. This is the child I'm giving you. But the question now is, you need wisdom. Look at the situation of something. Something was a child that has special needs. When the angel came to Samson's mother, he gave Samson's mother a blueprint or a template of how Samson's life was going to look like. That means it was a child that had special needs. Something could not be raised like other children. Something was raised differently. You are not right, you cannot cut his hair, you cannot eat this, you cannot eat that, you cannot go here, you cannot marry here, you cannot do all those things. The mother had to do that. She followed him to the ladder until Samson was good. It's when Samson began to make decisions on his own that he began to make. But during when the mother was taking care of him, the mother took care of him according to what the angel said, according to the dictates of the mandate. Samson was meant to be a deliverer. So he was not raised like his brothers and his sisters. He was raised like a child who had special needs. So something is just like that, your autistic child. It's just like that to a child that has a cerebral palsy. A child with special needs, there's a way you have to raise that child. You have to find out what is the blueprint of that child, what is the mandate of that child, what is the purpose of that child. It said if the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse becomes inevitable. We are abusing that child. We are manhandling that child because we don't understand the purpose of that child. If Samson's mother did not know the purpose of something, she would have abused Samson. She would not have raised Samson the way he was raised if she did not understand Samson's mandate. So if you have a child that has a special need, you have to go back to God and say, God, what do you want me to do? How should I raise this child? Train him, raise him in the way to go. That is your job as a parent, to know what the child is meant to do and raise the child according to the pattern. So that's very important. The thing that I never even thought about something, it's just I was talking about it, that something came to me. I'm like, wow, something is a child with special needs. Because he had a blueprint. Something was not raised like his children. He was raised differently. So it's like you having an autistic child. You can't raise the child like the way you are raising your other children. You have to raise the child differently. The parents loved him. They understood him. They understood what he was meant to do. So you have to understand that child. And you have to understand what the child is meant to do in this earth and tailor it. Tailor your strength. Tailor the skill. Tailor everything towards making that child who he or she is meant to be. Another thing is you have to learn to seek for help. Get a support system. Why? Because when you have a child with special needs, it's exhausting, it's draining. You go through stress, you go through anxiety, you go through depression, exhaustion, and so you burn out. But why? That child needs a lot of attention. That child needs a lot of care. If you are not careful, that's why you need help. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. Don't be ashamed to call, to cry out. If you are in your SOS moment, cry out for help. Don't be ashamed. You need a support system. You need people that will support you. You need people that will hold your hand. Besides your Heavenly Father, who said he will hold you right hand with his victorious right hand, you have to also need physical or human support system. It's very important. Myself, I cry SOS. If I'm that's my cry for SOS. I have my team sister. My sister Rose, I will call her. When I start chatting, she say, hey, mommy Ashia, where Ashia should be there, she push, she support. We need people like that that will stand for us no matter the situation. But they will not know what we are going through on this unless we cry out. No matter what is happening, please don't stay silent. If you know that it's getting out of hand, like Frenchman says, I would pass, ask for help, reach out, seek out. There are groups, there are support groups, there are even children that have children with special needs. They have groups and communities that you can join and seek for the help and get the help that you need. That is very important. One of the things I want you to do is you have to learn how to deal with rejection. Because when you have a child with special needs, I've seen situations where a man will even leave their wife in the hospital because the child came out probably Down syndrome or cerebral palsy. The pain and never come back. You have to learn how to deal with it. I know some of you are already experiencing some form of depression, you're tired, you know, the progress is slow, the growth, people are already like walking their tongue. They're beginning to I always help. They're beginning to know. If you have young carrying girls, they say, I want to be more ready. This is the people start talking and all that. You have to learn how to handle rejection. Very, very important. You have to build inner capacity. You have to build inner positive. You have to build emotional and capability because that is not something that you have to deal with by virtue of the fact you have a child. So, this the show today, we are talking about parenting children with special needs, the tips and strategies you can apply to maintain stability. One of the things, don't take out your frustration to that child is very important. It's unconscious. Time out of how you're feeling, out of your own strength and depression because you're asking questions, you're worried, you're God, why this have to be me? Why do I have to have a child? Oh God, I'm going to be frustrated and look at because of the demands of raising the family down. So one of the things I want to not do is I love I used to do that many things. I used to get so angry. I would do her, I would do all these kind of things. When you get so frustrated, so angry, that's the part I'm telling you, you get so angry because and why on that you have that let me do something to you. That please is public frustration. That child doesn't get it. That child never will become in as much as you know that you can probably tell you want to come. You know that it's child. You can't put that weight on the child. You can't put that burden on that child because it's so completely innocent. Innocent at the word innocent. That's it. But it is still not happy because we are like creatures of emotion. We can send positivity and send negativity. When there's negativity, tension, the toxicity, the child no matter how small that baby is, the child will feel it. If it's a bigger child that is feeling it, the child will cry. At times that you have shouted, you have done all that, and when the child is the child is okay, one, the child is feeling negativity because you're feeding the child with negative energy. The child is feeling the negative energy that's coming out. I'm just pleading with you, mother, pleading with you, father, that no matter the situation, don't vent your anger in the frustration of that. And I read a story on Instagram about a man who was sleeping. I don't know, the child is taking a 2 months old baby, the child, one of the child and had to be taken, and I just looked at the child at home. So you can imagine that kind of thing, that kind of anger, deep anger out of your own that I'm feeling. I know that I am feeling things going out and try. Another thing I want to say is you have to learn balance. This is important because your child with disability needs more time, support, and attention. You tend to neglect other children if you have and your husband, and that will cause you to have kind of and marital issues. There happen where your mind so focused on that child with a disability that you forget that you have other children. The time taking care of the child with disability is so time consuming. So I know that time consuming, you have to act back the teach the mental side because your other people begin to feel resentment. The thing that I take up all the time, especially if the children that are older, you need to spend time with you, spend time with them. When you go to junior, they say that will stay time with you, you all your time, all your activities. You cause the other students to have resentment for the child. You have to create balance. You have to bring it all together, bring the students, bring let it be like a family, let them support you to raise it. Because it's going to bring about a bond in the family and acceptance. Mostly because the child has special needs and you need the child from the other people. When you know what happens, they're not used to that. And they start treating you like, oh, now mom is doing let's what you do. Because you don't bring that child to be in harmony and in unity with all of your other children. Maritally, you have to remember that you have to also know that your intimacy lies in maritally. The kind of response like the part of Christ. Please don't lose that. In that maintain that in so that you be problem and another thing is take care of yourself as a parent so that you don't end up breaking down. Self love don't be guilty, don't be guilty about it. Oh, I have to find it and where to come oh, break down. Who's gonna take care of that? You need the strength, you need the power, you need be able to take care of that. So please take care of yourself. If you want to go to the best and be with the child, please go up by yourself. If you want to be you got be healthy, go to the spa, go to the vacation, go take you to the day off, family down emotion. And it's also good that people are social versus psychology. Things that psychology is talking about when how you feel, even if you need to cry, cry, how that is anger, so that you can feel free in your inner self and in your inner self-care class. Please do not for that happens. A lot of parents tend to do that because they feel good that my child is getting and I'm going to so you don't have to feel good, you got to care back. So you need to take care of yourself so that you are emotionally healthy for you to be able to take care of the kind of experience that don't neglect yourself, your health. And that's it. And we are moving that's where I'm going to end. But at this point, all don't child, that child is special. That child has ability. You have to be on that, take care of, push that. You are that child's cheerleader. You are that child happy that can edit that child and the child needs you, the child is looking up to you. So you have to stand your ground. You have to be there emotionally and to support that child through all the phases of the child, and the parents of the child. So even with the child is that parents who are sick in the class, if the child that has because they want the child to um, feel alive, feel included. That actually feel they have special programs. Parents go through a lot to make that child even feel the art. That is the position in the life of that child. You not allow that child to be tell that you are enough. You can do it. You can become who God sees. You can become. Don't be that person that is short. I don't know, say, your brand new. That no, that's not the time. The time has come where you have to stop all of those things and take up the baton and take up the mantle to raise that. We have successful people that have learned all over the world and they living along with they have aspirations, the kind of autism. We have so many actors, successful people, celebrities that have become successful even with disability. So that has disability. So don't focus too much on the disability and forget that that child has special ability. The child may not know how to read or write, doesn't mean the child cannot do any other thing. The child is creative, the child is innovative. You have to be able to tap into some of those abilities that the child has and not focus on things that the child does not have. So I'm cheering you on, parents, I'm cheering on sister, I'm cheering you on mother, I'm cheering you on brother. You can do it. The time is now. Yeah, I know it's not easy, but know that with God, all things are possible. Thank you so much for joining today's episode. We're talking about parenting even with learning or disability generally. Thank you so much. I feel remain your hostess. My name is Deborah, aka the Pizza, and I'm streaming live from Accra, Ghana. If you're not following us, follow us on Facebook, The Pizza Show, and on YouTube. Tag your friends, share the page, share the podcast so that many more people can can listen and learn a thing or two. Let me know what you think about this episode. Leave your comments, your thoughts. Share your thoughts in the comment section. It will also help or bless something. Disclaimer, I'm not a clinical psychologist. I just play a platform where we discuss some of these issues with our parents out there. So thank you so much for joining me into this episode. I really grateful that you could spend time with me today. Thank you so much. No, we are moving in the month of November. We're going back. We know our last episode we're talking about narcissism. We're talking about abusive marriages or being abusive or abusive marriage. So we still will continue about that. I'll be doing a couple of interviews this particular month. I'll be talking to different people that will be talking about mental health issues. So don't go anywhere. We have the power pack November. Savat Shefe. So until I come your way next time, it is bye bye from Accra. See you. God bless you.
Hello, you're welcome to the Fixers Show. Hello, you're welcome to the Fixers Show.